Welcome back to AI War 2, Royal Inspiration. We're battling difficulty 8 AI, some Dark Spire, and looking to max out the Fallen Spire capabilities on a 70 planet Spiral Snake map. We have gone about 15 minutes since the last episode, and I want to take a look at some of the things that we've discovered in the galaxy that we haven't focused in on yet. So Unity, Mark 6 planet in this direction. That's scary enough on its own. Don't have to worry so much about the eyes, because with the expanded number of fleet lines or ship lines per fleet, it's not as big of a deal until they get the eyes tweaked at some point. The GCA right here, counter sniper turrets, pike turrets, very nice one. Counter sniper turrets, really good for choke points. They get a multiplier to damage based on how far away they are from the target. Cloaked transport here is going to be nice for dealing with instigators. Not as excited about the ships that come with it. The turret coordinator here, obviously huge for any type of Spire game to get that as quickly as possible. And then pike corvettes for the ARS, I think is what we're going to grab. Not sure what I'll do with the super terminal, which is appropriately in the Pandora system. And then this ARS, either concussion corvettes or porcupines, probably the corvettes. Tech vault here, raid, which is not hugely exciting. So we've got a nice string of goodies along here before it sort of thins out. And then on this end, we have discovered in BAME and Reese, the research lab in Citadel, to grab Spire relics from. And we're going to need to go past these before we actually want to grab those relics. So that's going to be an interesting consideration of how to do that. Exactly. Data center here, major data center here, and then a tech vault. Ambush, another one that we're not too excited about. Outguard here in Strachey, and then Seeker and Spider turrets. Big time GCA there. We've got Data Center, although the Spider not as good against Guardians. Gravic pods here are good against high-powered engines, which of course is going to include all high-level Guardians. So that's going to be a very nice pickup with that fleet. ARS here, not sure what we'll do there. And then another Tech Vault, Technologist, and Zenith Matter Converter. So now that we've seen a good part of it, some interesting things about this galaxy. It's a decent one, it has some plus and some minus. The outguards are a little further away than I'd like. And so we're not going to be able to use them too much, well, not at all in the early game, and it's going to be like mid-game by the time we get any. Then there's Dark Spire, but nowhere yet. Like in the galaxies that I generated to test out when I was getting ready to do this series, there was almost always, within a few hops, a Vengeance generator or two. They're not nearly as close, which keeps them from hampering our early game push. Appreciate that. The Galactic Coordinators are close enough. I mean, I'd prefer the turret one be closer instead of the frigate, obviously, and it'd be nice to see the Strikecraft one show up, but that's not bad. The Tech Vault's not doing us any favors, as they're not the type of ones that we're going to want the most, but all in all, I can't really complain about it. The overall tech picture, given that Tech Vault scenario, I decided to do some investment in the fleet. This is 116 strength Vazirani, where we're going next. And our fleet strength was 37, which, generally speaking, is not enough. If you want to attack a system, all other things being equal, I like to have about half of the strength attacking as what they have defending. If the odds are worse than that, it can be problematic. And so I invested in Concussion was the big one that increased the strength of what we're able to do, particularly the siege frigates and the bombards. And I grabbed the Disruptive, also grabbed a Fusion. That'll give us some better assault frigates for station keeping. That's going to be big defending against Guardians, I think especially early on in the game, and the two Pulsar types of ships there as well. Then the Splash has a mix of fleet ships and turrets. And normally at this point in the game, I would upgrade a turret hull tech, but I felt we really needed the offensive push to keep the momentum going here. So that's the way I did that. Luca, we abandoned after extracting all of the knowledge from it. And this is kind of a telling thing here. James at 126 strength, Nemet at 181. They were very similar before we took over Luca. And it put Nemet on alert, and they started pouring all their reinforcement budget in there. Because it's a double-edged thing using this kind of a map And they don't have anywhere else really to pour their defensive reinforcement ships into, so they threw them all in there. At the time, they still had control of Hamilton. And then over here in Rundell, we are working on defending. And this is an iffy defensive location, but it's either that or keep Nemeth on alert. We've obviously got the two disparate locations here, so I put sniper turrets up. I've got my battle station in here. I've gathered as much as I can around, and I can build more. I could build a couple beam cannons. I'm going to hold off on that. I think we have enough here for now, I think. And then our sort of mid to longer range picture is that we're trying to ramp up for the mid game. We need to take over Irani, Ridge Bergen, clear out Bame. And then we'll need to come back this way, get these two Mark IV planets. And then at that point, it'll be a case of, can we get by Mark VI Unity? Can we get by Mark V, Reese, and Strachey? And if we can do that, then we should be able to, even though the resistance will scale up with AI progress, we should be able to continue to pound our way through to get the number of systems that we're going to need to kick off the Spire. And so we're sort of either going to get over that hump or we're not, but we're definitely at the point where the resistance is really starting to increase itself. So support fleet here in Hamilton, and then I have taken all of my ships out of one of the fleets and put them in the other two so that we can get a diversion going in here, because Irani is not going to be pleasant. They're all gathered around the entrance point. There is no other going around it. We have to come in here, and just brute forcing it is not going to work. And then, as we saw last time, they have Spider and Paralysis Guardians. They also have Force Field Guardians, don't care as much about the grenade launcher. Not as many Vampire MLRS. Other ones, Plasma. But those slowing and paralyzing effects are what I'm most concerned with, particularly since they can use those from underneath the force fields. It halves the damage, but the slowing and the paralysis effects still are there. So I need a diversion, first of all. I'm going to use this empty transport to pull them away from the entrance. And this is a battle that can really go either way. It's an extremely even one for this point. Now I'm just waiting for them to clear. There we go. They have moved. I want to go on attack move here. They've moved away from the wormhole entrance. Now we're going to bring in our power. Okay. We're going to unload. And then paralysis, paralysis, paralysis. We've got a Plasma Guardian here. I want to convert as many of these as I can. Okay. So it's going to be a pause-heavy battle because of needing it to go well. Paralysis Guardian, Plasma Guardian on our side. That's a start. Then if we look up here, we have a suppressor frigate underneath the force field. I want to hit the suppressor. I want to hit it with everything I've got. Let's put that on our side. And it's still underneath the force field. There we go. And that's over in Luca as they've hit us. I think we're okay, though. And let's see. MLRS. MLRS. All of these ships. I don't really care about them very much, to be honest. So let's see if we can go after this force field. Okay. We did. Let's take over that one. Come on. There we go. That'll help us a bit. It really helps just in giving them something else to shoot at. Now let's see. All this stuff in here. Paralysis, Spider. I want to hit whatever's closest to me, Spider or Paralysis Guardians. Because I'm not going to be able to move very much. There we go. A whole bunch of stuff coming this way. These are grenade launchers, vampires. I don't care about you. Spider. Come on. Give it to me. Okay. So now we have 11 allied zombie strength. We're still at 64. They're starting to go down. Like, we're doing pretty well, but it's going to take a bit to keep it going. There's no... The thing is, their force fields now are all heading off here dealing with this. And that's great because we have exposure now to a bunch of this stuff. So I just want to make sure... Nope. Yeah, let's hit that paralysis right there. If it's not a paralysis or a spider guardian, I do not care about it right now. Come on, knock it down. Please knock it down. Oh, Pete's sake, it's running away. Okay, maybe I need to switch targets. There's a spider. Because anything that gets too far away, I'm not going to be able to do anything significant with. There's a paralysis. There's only mark 1, but still. Okay. Spider, let's hit you. Of course, the more of them we flip, the more we divert their firepower, which is great for us. And this is actually going better than most of the battles have, and a lot of it just has to do with their decision-making on where they send their stuff. Now, what's this? Okay, this anti-player zombie force field. Do I want to switch to target that? I don't think I want to do that quite yet. Grenade, 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 grenade. There's a paralysis, paralysis here. You're almost down. You're almost down or you're closer. Let's hit you. Okay. And you. Alright, now let's see where we are. They have 5 spiders and 4 paralysis. A little less than half what they started with, but they have almost all of their force fields. Most of which are still up there. Yeah, this force field, one over here, is gone. Let's keep pounding away. Grenade launcher, grenade launcher, grenade launcher. Lots of grenade launchers. Let's see. Okay. I think going after that paralysis. And you as well. Alright, every one of these that goes down makes me very happy. Grenade launcher. All these I think are pretty much grenade launchers, aren't they? Yeah. They're down to 5 spiders. Are there really no grenade launcher? There's no more paralysis left. They got a tractor guardian. They got a couple anti-us zombies. They're up there, though. They didn't take that many of our ships with us. Okay, let's convert a bunch of these grenade... Now, let me make sure I have things I want selected. Let's get rid of a bunch of these grenade launchers now. They're running away. And this actually, they never actually quite crippled this. That's funny. Rondell is getting attacked, but it's pretty even now. Yeah, I don't want to get into all this over here. If you're going to run this way, let's go after a bunch of these force fields then. Okay, here's Spider. Let's go after you instead. There we go. Another Spider to make you go away. We've definitely been fortunate in the way this fight has gone. And this is just one of those where there's a whole bunch of force fields. There we go. And you pop one of them and it's the ricochet effect. Let's go after that force field. Actually, no. Let's go after that tractor guardian now. Since there's not a whole lot going on here. This is... Okay, that's paralysis. We want you next. Come on. Come on. There we go. We're going after you now. We're going to stop this stupid paralysis effect. There we are. Let's knock out more force fields. Well, I think we have this. Okay. So yeah, and you still hung on. I think I want to move in my support fleet now. Let's take advantage of the decoy that you're going to have. And then I also want to just come over here and grab these force field guardians. It's going to take some pounding. Well, let's take the brawler frigate first. There we go. Yeah, and the launchers. Let's get you two. See the big siege frigate shots. We now have several of those. There we go. And let's hit you. We actually may have an interesting opportunity here, because I may actually want to follow them right into Ridge Bergen. Let's see how quickly we can knock down these force fields. They're going to send a reconquest wave, which is fine. Come on, knock them down. And actually, I think I need to have you... I don't think I have all of your decoys out. Few more of these left. Okay. Now, they're all trying to pound this down. I want to go with them. Because if they... Actually, no. We're going to load up. They're going to go off and do whatever here. But I just wanted to get over here. And I think some of them have already gone through, unfortunately.
Taking fire behind enemy lines.
Yep. But if I can get in there before they all die... Okay. And I'm not going to be able to have vision on it. So I'm just going to go through, and I can always come back if this is a bad move. The idea is I want to use the extra zombies that we've got. We have 116 in here. We have 19 strength. So we've got some guardians in here. They're force fields. Pike guardians. Spider guardians. Let's go after now that one. Let's just see if we can turn the tide in here. Be ready to escape if we can. Okay. We're doing some converting. 101 to 60. I think we might be able to do this. And without those zombies, it'd be starting off in here, it would have been a lot harder. Really helps us absorb that initial blow. So I think I want to... Nope, that's not what I want. I want all of you on attack move. Okay, let's get this done. MLRS is not a huge target. So in here, there's most of it is pikes. There's other things, but pikes are the most dangerous of the foes. So we're getting hit some, for sure, but... Okay. No, don't really care too much about you. Well, MLRS are all the closest ones now. Let's go after that pike. Now we're getting some more converted. And I think... Oh yeah, we have 38, 40 allied strength. They're not going to be able to survive us. Okay, we're just going after it now. Not even going to dink around. We're just going after it. And we have the support fleet in the next system to help build ships. Threat is rising. But I think I just keep, pressing in. They have some that are trying to escape. I'm going to let them do that. So there's sort of a slingshot effect here, almost a 2 for the price of 1. Gotta watch that number in Rondell. And metal is down low again. One of the reasons why it took 15 minutes in between episodes is, why are you all going away? Help me, you jerks. Okay. So, let's see. We've got death grip turrets. We've got a siege frigate. Let's get rid of the siege frigate. We have most of our fleet strength here. There we go. Our siege frigates are better than yours. Let's go after the death grips. Please go after the death grips. Because they tractor you and then they pound you while you're tractored. So it's sort of a... And then when you combine that with the tractor arrays next to them, it makes the death grips even more because they have more targets they can hit that are tractored. But I think we're doing okay here. We're now starving. But we have most of our strength. And let's just clear out all the guard posts. Please clear out all the guard posts. Tractor array gonna go down. Let's hit that one. So that they can't reinforce a bunch. Because I'm about to have a big rebuilding session here. Knockout distribution node. Okay. We're at 92 AI progress. So what we're going to do is come back here. We're going to knock out this data center. Grab this. Gives us more turrets. We're going to be able to grab this fleet. Those brawler frigates are something that we've heavily invested in. I'm not too sure how great the fleet that's going to be, but it's going to be more than we have. And then I think my next actual area of serious business is going to be clearing out BAME. Not conquering it, but just taking these two and clearing out BAME and seeing if we can get the data center and the tech vault without going after the lab. We passed the Mark III test, but there is much more left.